Hey, welcome. Today is the day that I received my DNA results, and I really wanted this to be the very first video on this channel, because I plan to make this channel um about light-skinned Black women specifically, and what life is like for us, what life is like through our lens. So if that's something that you're not interested in, this may not be the channel for you. Um, and I'm starting off with this DNA results reading, also because I want to shed a light on how light-skinned women are perceived in the Black community. Multiple times throughout my life, I have been told that I act like a white girl, or I look like I'm mixed with Asian, things like that. People have said that there's no way that you're blacker than me. Um, it's just kind of an understanding that having light skin, especially as a woman, makes you less black, and you have proximity to whiteness or proximity to mixedness, you know. So without any regards to science, that is the perception. Um, Being that I am also Haitian American as well as Black American, I was always kind of treated like, you're not really Black, you know. This is within, Black culture that centers Black Americans in the diaspora, and I can understand the sentiment somewhat, but it's funny how, actual science and genetics go completely out of the window. And so I don't know if you know this, but to be considered monoracial as a Black person in America, you'd have to be somewhere between like the 75% to 80% range. And anything less than that is not exactly monoracial. I think if you're somewhere between 55% and 75%, then you would be kind of classified as a MGM, which is a multi-generationally mixed. Um, but yeah, before I get into my DNA results, I also want to talk about kind of who my dad and mom are, what they look like. So my dad, his parents were born in Haiti. So as far as I know, like he's like Black. Both of his parents have brown skin tones. So his mom is brown skinned, and then his dad has like a deeper, warmer tone, right? And then my dad, he has a very interesting skin tone because I have seen him come as light as me, and I'm kind of like a beige is, I don't know what to call this color, like toasted wafer, like very toasted wafer. I don't know. I'm kind of exactly what people think of when they think of the word neutral tan. I've noticed that a lot of the makeup foundations that I choose say like medium or medium tan. So I'm like that, that nice toasty sand color. And so I'm not brown skin because I don't have enough depth in my skin tone to be considered brown skin. My dad's skin tone is interesting because I've seen him as light as me, and then I've also seen him get very, very, very deep tans, where it's so much to the point that my mom even told me that, she thought that my dad, when she met him, was a lot darker, and she was surprised when winter came and he lightened up. Kind of like how everyone is surprised about Beyonce. Yeah, that kind of surprise. So, moving on to my mom is actually closer to the skin tone that you see here on the screen. Yeah, her skin is almost white. And her mother's skin tone is brown. But her dad has more white ancestry. Her dad was closer to that, there's just that pale light skin tone. And that's because his mother was half white, right? So I know for a fact on my mom's side that I have a half white great grandparent. I don't have any half white grandparents on either side. But last time I went to go visit my grandpa on my dad's side, I looked at a family photo album and I saw a picture of my grandpa's dad, and it was a very old photo. Obviously, it was in black and white, but you could clearly see that he was mixed. So when I look at my grandpa, I don't really see a mixed person. I just think a black person. Um, but yeah, you could clearly see in his dad's photo that he was clearly mixed. I don't know how much, but the results kind of show a lot. Now, Ancestry DNA is who I went through. I only use one company, and I'm probably gonna use another company, later on. But they had this option to view how much of which ethnicity came from each of my parents. So who gave me what, basically. I haven't looked into that yet, and I won't be going into that on this video. If that's something that you want to see, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you're a light-skinned Black woman, or if you are quote unquote mixed woman, leave a comment below. Let me know who you are. Let me know who's in the room. And if you have ever been told as a light-skinned Black woman, or someone who is just lighter skin, you don't necessarily have to be Black, that you look mixed, or that you're not as Black as the next person, drop a comment down below if your skin tone has ever been used, or used to try to take your culture away from you, or used to try to diminish you as a member in your community. Let us know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and show you the pre-recorded video of me looking at my results. All right.
Okay, so these are my ethnicities, my DNA. So the way Ancestry does it is a little bit different. What they do is they will show you the largest to the smallest. So they show you the regions or the countries that have their largest percentages, and then they go down to the lowest percentages. Okay, so some of this was very surprising. Just looking through, I can see that the only DNA that I have is European and African. And it's funny because people have told me, oh, well, you look like you're mixed with Asian, or you're mixed with some kind of other indigenous background. But anyways, let's go over this. I'm 25% Nigerian. Okay, I love that. I don't know, I have always been attracted to Nigerian people. Nigerian people find their way to me. And then I'm 24% Cameroonian, Congo and Western Bantu peoples. This is a French-speaking region, so I'm not surprised because, like I said, on my dad's side, I am Haitian. And then 14% Benin and Togo. So again, not surprised. French-speaking countries. And then 12% Scotland. I wasn't surprised about that either because my mom's dad's mother, so my great-grandmother on my mom's side, was half white, and her people came from Scotland. So I wasn't surprised about that at all. And then 6% Ivory Coast and Ghana, again with the francophones, the African francophones. Mali, Senegal, 4%, 3%. French-speaking countries, you guys. And then 3% Norway, 3% Wales, 2% Northern Italy, 2% Germanic Europe, and 2% Ireland. So if I calculated up all of the African DNA, I would get, let's see, 25 and 24 is 49. Add that to Benin and Togo, 49 plus 14. What is that, like 53? No. That's way more than 53. 49, 63. 63. And then Ivory Coast and Ghana, 69%. And then Senegal, that would be 72%. And then 4% Mali, that's 76%. So I'm 76% African. And I have very many people in my family and in my friend group who are have a much deeper complexion than I do, and they are around the same percentage, 76 to 77 or 70, somewhere in between there, percentage of African DNA. And then the rest of that is so I have like 24% European DNA. Yeah, 24%. I really like how I feel like everything's evenly distributed. So basically, my ancestry is 25% belongs to Nigeria, another quarter belongs to Cameroon, and then another quarter belongs to Europe, and then there's an extra 15 or 14% for Benin and Togo, which I thought was like pretty cool. And it's interesting how a lot of these are French-speaking countries, but that isn't surprising because of the Haitian ancestry. And then you can also look at communities as well. It'll show you which communities you like. For example, right? You may have Haitian ancestry, but like what time period did your Haitian ancestors live in? That kind of deal, right? So, because like, let's say you have a child now who, let's say you have a child with a Haitian man and you have like no Haitian ancestry in you at all. Like the majority of that child's like Haitian ancestry is going to be coming from, the other parent. And if they were like if they were born in Haiti, that would put them closer to like a different community maybe, right? So everything is 1725 to 1975, which is kind of like close to the years that my parents were born. So I understand that. Northwestern Haiti, that's where my grandmother was from. So I'm not surprised at all. But let me do America first. So all of my African American ancestors are from the South and from Texarkana, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, East Texas. Yeah. So all of those communities. And then Haiti is Northwestern Haiti. So I'm going to look into these a little bit. So this is like the entire South Band of America, basically. And there's not really much information about this. Oh, okay, I see. It's like they give you community history. Yeah, so like Jim Crow and transatlantic slave trade. A lot of good juicy stuff to dig into. Let me see about the other one. Okay, Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, this might be more specific. This one might be a little more specific. Wow, so it tells me what kind of plantations that the slaves worked on. Okay. So this is basically like talking about the historical events that were taking place while my ancestors were alive, during my ancestors' time. Wow. So basically they're showing me how a lot of people from my community started migrating across America to the west part of America. Yeah. Okay, so, and then let's take a look at Haiti. I don't know why, but I have like a lot of ancestry DNA members or matches here for Northwestern Haiti. It's really funny because you can like see some of the names. I'm not gonna show them, but you can see some of the names, and it's very funny because they're basically like Haitian names. And if you know anything about Haitian names, they sound very unique. But yeah, Yeah, I'm not going to go over this too much in depth. Let me go ahead and go back to my results. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, this is taking a minute. Okay. So another thing that I thought was interesting is that there's no Spanish DNA, which is crazy because Haiti is on the island of Hispaniola, and we share a border with the Dominican Republic. And a lot of the Dominican Republic was occupied by Spain. So you had a lot of mixed people in the Dominican Republic who were Spanish and they were Spanish and African. So I thought that was interesting that I don't have any Spanish DNA. I also thought it was interesting that I don't see any French DNA either. What is Germanic Europe? Germany, Netherlands. Wait. Okay, let me read that again. Okay. Also found in Austria, Belgium, Czech Republic, France, Hungary, Luxembourg, Slovenia, and Switzerland. That's a lot of different places. Let me look at that region again. Okay, so yeah, it's like kind of France. Kind of France, but not France. Yeah? Yeah. And then, oh no, I accidentally went back too far. Let's see. Ireland. Wow. Ireland is there. And then northern Italy. So the French occupied Haiti. I just think it's interesting that I don't know, maybe French is not like its own ethnicity. I think maybe French is like a mix of like Germanic ethnicities probably. That's why they categorized it that way. But yeah, Scotland is interesting because I actually really like Scottish music and like Celtic music as well. So yeah, that probably has something to do with my ancestry. Let's see. Yeah, I am surprised. I am very surprised. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But yeah. But I noticed how it says that like it can range. So I'm probably gonna take another one from another company, not 23andMe, but maybe something else because I've watched some other videos from other people where they show two different companies and then they have two different results. So, but yeah, baby, I'm black. I'm monoracially black. So, or you can say African. I'm mostly African.
Okay, so that was absolutely amazing. The Scottish ancestry in particular, because like I said in the video and that recording, I have always loved me some Enya. I don't know, I might be conflating Irish with Scottish. I don't know, but I've always really liked music from that area. Also, Wales was in there as well in my ancestry. And you know what's so interesting is that when I was visiting, when I was visiting my Haitian aunt, I was talking to her about some of the Black women empowerment spaces online and how, everyone is pushing to have like, the deeper toned Black women be like the image of all Black women, you know. And she was like, well, I don't know. And this, my aunt, she's brown skinned. Okay. And her tone is very deep, but I still consider her to be brown skinned. And, she says, well, I think that a lighter skinned woman can also represent Black women. So you see, it's very different. And, even in Haiti, we have people who are not even African, but they're Haitian because they were born there. We have people who are very light, and the skin tone discrimination isn't anything like what it is here like I'm talking about skin tone discrimination between people in the same community, like Black people and Black people. I'm not talking about skin tone discrimination and colorism between Dominicans and Haitians, right? Like that's a totally different thing. I'm talking about Haitians and Haitians, Black Americans and Black Americans. If I compare those two dynamics, definitely the Black American community has a lot more skin tone discrimination that it hurls towards women. So that's just another perspective on things. And I really like that she said that. And my re results kind of inspired me to go ahead and choose these photos for my YouTube channel because even though I have like a tan skin tone, I do want to represent, the lighter skin tones as well. Like I'm not the lightest person, obviously. I'm still technically light skin, but I feel like the way we treat people who are even lighter is just very harsh. So yeah, and I'll talk about that in another video, but I went ahead and chose these photos because this really does remind me of my mother and the fairy as well, because a lot of people have told me and myself that like we have fairy energy or we look like fairies, like the way we dress and things like that, the way we talk, our little whimsy, how we're like eclectic, things like that. So yeah, this was so fun. If you have gotten your DNA results back or whatever, and you want to celebrate your other admixtures or the other things that you're mixed with, this is a safe space to do that here. So if you want to represent without someone calling you telling you that you worship white people or telling you that you're anti-black, this is a safe space. I also am gonna try to make a video about the different music that comes from each of those regions, like Nigeria, Cameroon, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Scotland, and maybe I'll do Wales. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. There will be plenty more to come as I continue to build momentum. And if you want to share your DNA results, please make your channel, make your video. This is super duper fun. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching.